So I'm going ahead and sharing the screen to you. Okay, I hope you guys can see the screen, correct? Please confirm, guys, if you can see the screen. Okay, fine. So let me know, guys, what we have done in the last session, that is yesterday. What did we do? What did we do in the last session, guys? Tell me. So first of all, how many of you are new joiners today? Only 4, 5. Okay. So I'm guessing, yeah, fine, around 6. Fine. So this message is only for new joiners, 6 people. Only for 6 people. So see, guys, class started on last Thursday. Okay, so that was Wednesday, right? Sorry, Thursday, I guess. So demo class started on Thursday, so that was the demo. So that was the class 1. And on the second session, that is happened on Friday, we discussed about SDLC. Third session happened on Saturday, and we discussed about waterfall. And fourth session happened on Monday. So what did we discuss, guys? Agile, I guess, correct? So we were discussing about Agile Manifesto. And fifth session, that I guess Tuesday. What is today? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday today? Okay, fine. So Tuesday we were working with the Agile ceremony. We started to investigate or understand more about the Agile. As a part of it, we saw Agile, understood the iteration process, and also we focused on Agile ceremonies. So this is beyond the syllabus. I told you ceremonies because that is required for the people who want to go with an experience, guys. Definitely you need to know your ceremonies. What are the Agile ceremonies? So today is the 6th class. Okay, this message is only for the new people, guys. So if you feel that you have missed this 5 classes, not to be worried, because the admin, whose admin name is Shubham, so you guys will have the access to this 5 video links. So please go ahead and use these links, which has been sent to everybody, right? So I'm sending this web links to everybody, guys. So in the chat. So please copy this content and save somewhere in your notepad or whatever it is, or try to take at least a screenshot and go through this video links, guys. Okay. So if you feel that you missed classes, so please spend some extra effort or put some effort and go with this classes, whatever you missed. Clear? And definitely you will be able to understand this subject. Not to be worried about the missed classes, because we did not start any practical yet. Got it now? So please make sure that you complete these classes. I mean to say these videos, then you will be able to understand better. But still, I hope you can understand. So today is our day number 6, and we'll go with the Agile stuff now. So this is where the journey to the DevOps starts. So Agile, we'll try to understand the concerns, and we saw how it worked yesterday, right? Iteration process. So we'll start understanding the concerns, and we'll try to see this concerns how the DevOps has given the fix. Clear? So a lot of comparative study happens. I will be teaching little super slow today, because this is very important class to make make sure that you are grasping the subject properly. Clear? Good. So let's move on, guys. And all your doubts we'll talk at the end as usual. So listen to the class carefully. Maintain your running notes. Write the points that are required for you. And any doubts that are left out, we'll discuss at the end, both from the chat and from the voice. Okay, good guys. Then I'll be able to unmute you guys at the end, not in the middle. Okay, so let's see. So let's start. Let me pick up red. Okay, yeah. So Agile, which was created by Agile Foundations, right? They gave this framework by the Agile Foundations way back in 2001. And for this framework, we do not have any inventor. For example, if you talk about the waterfall, we can say that this was invented by Winston. And if you talk about the DevOps, we can say that this was invented by Patrick Debios. But if you're talking about the Agile, we cannot give a name. The reason is this is an effort or a hard work of a foundation. So a lot of people are involved in this. That's the reason credit does not go to a single person. The credit goes to the foundation. So that's a logic. Now, when the Agile came into the market, right? So it came up with a process called iteration. So Agile believes in process of iteration. So I explained you what is an iteration yesterday. So they pick up the items of your software, what needs to be done, right? Whatever items or requirement that needs to be done. They will try to repeat the loop until or unless all the items are finished. So this is a simple explanation to understand what is iteration, right? Now, interesting point is the Agile which was invented way back in 2001. Everything was happy mode, you can say, right? Everything was going happy until unless 2003 and 4. So people started complaining by 2003 and 4 that we are facing some issues. The problem started from 3 and 4. So if I'm trying to simulate your example with your normal life, so let's say guys, you buy a new bike. Example, new bike came into the market, right? You'll feel super happy when you buy it. But after using it for some time, then definitely you will understand what are the positives of the bike and what are the negatives of the bike. And also, I guess you can also understand what are the concerns that can be fixed. Am I correct, guys? Do you agree with this? What I'm talking? Anusha, do you agree? So respond, guys. Make sure that you guys respond so that I know that you guys are following me or not. Yeah. So any new thing that comes in market, you start using it only after some time. You know what are its things, right? Whether positives or negatives. So same thing happened when Agile came into the market. Everything was in happy mode, but the problem started from 2003 and 4. So people started complaining about the issues. So these issues became very, let's say, gigantic, or you can say it's a something like it reached to a stage of a concern. That means somebody has to address this. So that is where way back from 2006 onwards, a person called Patrick Debios. Okay. So he understood. So basically, Patrick was also a strong believer in Agile case. Patrick also a strong believer in Agile only. So he understood what was happening in the Agile because by 2006 itself, by the time Patrick himself had 15 years of experience in IT, working as both as an admin and a developer and a manager role. So that's the reason he was able to identify entire things that was happening in the project and what's going wrong in the Agile. So he started experimenting, guys. So he had his own consulting IT company, right? So he had his own company, consulting company. So he started finding some solutions, whatever he thought in his brain, lot of solutions. So, and he experimented such solutions with in multiple projects. Whatever clients he had, he was experimenting. So with the clients, he was experimenting whatever he thought. That means we can say he was doing some trials. And these trials were happened way back from 2006 on to 2009. So with this was a period where even one simple point to be noted is Patrick himself is not aware that okay he's going to develop a new model. So he was not a believer of new model. He is a strong believer of agile only. So whatever things that were going wrong, his intention was to correct them. So basically that's the reason he was conducting a lot of trials of solutions. So his intention was to take corrective actions only, right? And finally, what happened is whatever corrective actions he took. So finally in 2009, an international conference has happened. An international conference has happened. Where in this conference, this is a conference that happened on Agile actually, Agile conference. And in that conference, they are about to discuss that conference name was called Board of Feathers. And in that conference, they were talking about how to or what improvements you can do in the Agile. So what happened is unknowingly, lot of clients, lot of IT clients who were participating to that conference, they started talking about a new kind of a word called DevOps days. Actually, this is the earliest name of the DevOps case. So they were talking about the principles of, or you can say the methodology of what Patrick was giving. So out of blue, that happened out of blue only. That was never intentional, but in that conference, so some clients who saw the, or you can say who tasted the trial works, or you can say the methodology of Patrick. So they started telling that we were trying to implement something called DevOps days of Patrick, right? Patrick methodologies. Initially, this is also called Patrick methodologies. So Patrick methodologies were given somewhat, you can say, little recognition there. So a lot of companies gave some little positive opinion upon this Patrick methodologies. And slowly, the outcome of this conference was other companies are able to know that there is something called DevOps now. DevOps days. So then between 2009 and 12, this journey was super slow. That means it was something like the journey of DevOps started, you can say, because first time the world has saw the word of DevOps in 2009. Between 2009 and 12, the journey was going very slowly like a boat. So suddenly overnight in 2013, some big fish told that I am using DevOps. That is where the craze for the DevOps started. So the DevOps craze started from 2013 only, guys. And right after 2015 and 16, and this evolved to a capacity of an SDLC. So this is how slowly journey started. Now, from your knowledge, tell me, guys, can you tell me which is that big fish or big company which is trying to promote the DevOps? There is one big fish in the market which believes strongly the DevOps, and that is one of the fundamental reason for growth of DevOps a lot in the market. If I tell you, see, this all you will know only when you work for some time in IT companies. For example, if you talk about the Agile, for an Agile, the big fish, or you can say the promoter for an Agile is Microsoft. Microsoft very strongly believes in Agile. Most of their projects operate on Agile oriented procedures, right? So we can say that Agile is a big, Microsoft is a big promoter for Agile. So likewise, again, we have one big fish here. Please guess the name. You'll use that You'll use that company a lot in your mobiles actually when you're traveling to some place. You'll use their free drive also. You'll use their mail a lot. It's a Google. You got it now? So Google was the company, frankly. So in 2013, in their one of their annual function, they told that they are using this DevOps methodologies way back from 2006. So that is the reason it created something like a trigger in the market. So I hope you understand what is meaning of trigger here. So in 2013, so Google has disclosed that their most of their projects they operate upon methodologies of DevOps. So that created a lot of curiosity in the market. In their annual conference, they're outspoken that we were using DevOps methodologies and their automation techniques in their projects way back from 2006 itself. So that is a fact, true only. Clear? So since the Google disclosure that's backend stuff, so a lot of companies also started investigating, or you can say they started investing in this kind of technology and understand how this is working. So this technology altogether, or you can say this methodology altogether, got little popularity after 2013 only. Clear? Am I clear with this little history, guys? Now we need to understand the concerns. Okay, I did not go into the concerns yet. I was just trying to tell you how the evolution, like a hero, how he evolves, right? So the hero evolved from a slow thing. Now you need to keep one more point to be understood here is that do we have any international agency which is certifying that so and so model is a SDLC or not? That's a question. For example, guys, for example, if you want to construct a home, we have to take the government approval. So government authorizes, right, your plan, then only we construct. Getting the point? So let's say you invented some electric motor. Then in India, we need to apply for ISO, right? So we need to take the government approval and then only we can go into the production. So likewise, my question is, do we have any international organization which is trying to certify to say that so and so model is an SDLC or not? That's a question. What do you think, Anusha, Pramod, sorry, Pradhan, Amit, Amrut, Anil, Atif, Balaji, Divya, Ranga, Naik, Gopal? Okay, if it is yes, what is that organization? If it is no, what is the fact? Tell me, guys. If you think if it is yes, then what is that organization? You need to know all these facts, guys, because you are about to study the journey of SDLC only. Your entire DevOps is all SDLC only. Tell me. So the answer is no. Basically, we don't have any international organization at all. You got it? So the answer is no. Please keep in mind, we don't have any international organization which is certifying SDLC. So a model will go, or whatever somebody invented will be considered as, or let's say an SDLC or whatever it is. So that is coming because of acceptance, guys. Acceptance from IT community only. You got it? What I'm talking, guys? Even today, whatever the traditions that you're following, nobody has certified. We just follow it because that has been gone from couple of historical, right? From couple of centuries, we are trying to follow that tradition that has been an acceptance itself in our community, correct? So likewise here also, so we don't have any international organization. So it's all about the acceptance from IT community. And one more point to be noted is, let's say you guys got a job and you're trying to travel some South African country, and let's say Kenya, or let's say what is it, Zimbabwe or any other country, and in that IT company maybe. So you'll hear some new models also which you never heard. So that's the reason I'm telling you this all about acceptance. So this model of DevOps got international acceptance from IT community. That's the reason they are running behind it. If nobody would have been accepted this strategy or whatever DevOps spoken by Patrick, then this DevOps would not have been evolved at all. We don't sit for a class at all, first of all. So this got acceptance. So if it got acceptance, definitely it is some good thing is there. Otherwise, community will not accept, right? IT community, whatever companies you have. So that is a point to be remembered. Let's say you're traveling to the Australia, some company, you'll see that they will not use Agile, they will not use DevOps, they will not use Waterfall. They may use a model which is homegrown or internally developed by the company itself. You getting the point, guys? I'm talking, Gautam. So don't be superficial in thinking that every company has to follow the DevOps or every organization has to follow the Agile. So it's all about their acceptance and it's all about their how they manage the project. And you'll have some very good companies, small startup companies. So they would go ahead and develop their internal way of handling a project, and that is homegrown for them. Clear? Good, guys. Fine. Now let's focus on the issues altogether. So let's focus by stage by stage. In Agile, what is the first stage? What is the first phase of Agile, guys? Plan, right? It's a plan. So in the plan, so let's write like this far better. So the first phase is plan, right? So in the Agile, so it's the same thing. What we've done in the waterfall, the same thing applies here. In the plan, it's all about taking the system requirements, or you can say the requirements of the client, and converting into an actionable items, correct? So no change here, correct? And there is no change in the DevOps also. No big deal, no big changes. It's the same thing we are trying to continue. And one point to be noted here is the observation is that most of the big fishes or big companies, I would say, they don't like to use, this is an observation, they don't like to use a third party tools in planning. Any reason for this? Why do you think that most of big companies, they don't use any third party tools in planning? They avoid, they skip, or you can say they don't like. First of all, there is some business reason in it. So we have a lot of planning tools in the market, guys. If you just search, right, just go onto the internet and search what are the planning tools for IT industry, right, in software, or you can say for software projects. You just see, guys, you just search on the internet, you have a lot of tools, right? See, I'm just looking into some website here. So just 10 project plan and manage tools and software list. You see a lot of tools are coming. Monday.com, Brink, Silox, Run, Granto Pro, Zoho projects. What is this? This is looking at Kantada. So it looks like Kantara movie name. So height forecast. A lot of names are there in the like ServiceNow is also, Jira is also, like Azure DevOps also. So why do you think that they don't use it? That was the question. The simple reason is, right, data concerns, data security is the issue. The reason is, in the planning tool, you'll have the entire documents of your project, how to handle it. It talks about the cost, it talks about the strategy, It talks about the legal stuff, legal agreements, and it also talks about the plan, how to do it, and what clients and how to handle it. A lot of things will be there in that project planning kind of things, guys. So any good company, preferably they don't like to use any third party tools in the planning session. This is what you need to know. Okay. And keeping, so if it is let's say cost is also one another reason, that's fine. Cost is also another reason, but the most important concern is data security. So the data might leak into the market. For that reason, they avoid. So most of the big companies, what they do is they internally use their own products. They develop their own products and they internally use their own products, guys. So that is what happens. Clear? Then let's move on to the design. Okay. So no trouble in the planning in the agile case. It's the same thing that is going on from waterfall, same, no big change. But coming to the design. Now in the design, you tell me guys, okay, when coming to the agile, so agile has made some changes. So in waterfall, they said that in the design, we need to have only the architects. That's it. Nobody else. Only architects in the design part. But when it's coming to the agile stuff, they said that along with architects, they added senior developers into the architectural team. Senior developers, not everybody, right? Talented. Talent is recognized here. Why do you think they want to add now senior developers into the architectural team in the agile? So design part is handled by architectural team only. So in waterfall, purely they stick to the architect guys only. They don't want any juniors or seniors at all. But when it coming to the agile, there is a slight change in the modification here. They say that along with architects, we need to include the senior developers, at least who are more than 9 years of experience. So agile recommends that more than 9 years of experience, talented, right? Talented guys who can grow as an architect role. You understand the meaning, guys? Some people will have a talent to grow as an architect role, and such people should be given an opportunity to work with architectural team. So that is what it is said. This is a reason. So architects are like more like a professional or well experienced in the technology, and senior developers who are talented. Not everybody, guys. Very specific people will work with the architectural team, right? And they grasp the knowledge of, you can say they will be shadowing the knowledge of architects, and they'll try to grow as an architects in the future. So such talented people are given a choice to work with them, and the benefit in the agile is generally the senior developers will have very good touch with the current technology. This is the reason. Do you agree? You're getting the point, guys? You just compare a person like Sachin Tendulkar, who is well proven cricketer, retired, right? And you just see the current player like Virat Kohli. You're getting the difference what I'm talking? So architects are, you can say, very well talented, proven with their experience already. They are part of the team. But young players, like you can have senior developers who are good with the technology, adding them into the project management, or sorry, this architectural team. So what happens is this will be helping more to the agile process on it. That is the reason they added some change here. Now coming to the DevOps. Okay. So stories became reverse. In the DevOps, you don't see the design at all. Do you really think they remove design? You just check the DevOps pages now. You search on the internet any pics. Okay. Images is fine. Let's pick up this pic. Okay. You see? They said code here. They said code and build it directly. There is no design. They said test release. So I don't see the design here. Now the question comes is, do you think really they removed the design? In a DevOps, I don't see the design phase, guys. This is one of the suggestion where Patrick has done. According to the Patrick, he said that in design there is a concern, and that concern, to fix it, he removed entirely design part as a phase. The weightage as a phase has been removed, and the people who work in the design phase, all such people are or activities are merged into the plan. That is what happened in the DevOps. So what is a concern here? Why you think this has happened? So one of the concern here, some concern started here. So what is that concern? So it is observed that, according to the Patrick, he observed that in most of the agile projects, right, in the initial phases of the project, you will see that the architects are well hired and they participate very actively in the project. But when the project is going to reach mid part, okay, you see that the architectural team, half of them are gone. This is an observation, guys. I'm not talking rough data. So these are all proven. So historical, all the data has been collected from different companies, and they observed that initially in the project beginning, you'll see the architects, 4 people will be there, or just take it an example, 4 or 5. When the project reaches some mid part, you will see 1 or 2 candidates are missing. That means they are gone, right? You left out with 1 or 2. And in the final stage, let's say final stages, right? Stage when the project is about to over, and you'll see that only 1 or 2 are left, right? And this is one concern. The architect team is not consistent there. And one more concern is suddenly if the client comes with a request to change something in the design part, right, you will have trouble because we'll see the architects are gone. So this is an observation, guys. Most of the agile projects have the same problem. So initially everything will be happy mode, so they'll hire enough people. When the project is reaching almost to the end or mid part, you will see that they are getting gone. So that is what happened. And one more concern is that it is an observed from the agile based projects that the architectural team, let's say whoever it is there present, let's say 1, 2 or 3 guys, whatever it is, there is a lot of disconnection you can say with their teams. Disconnection is there with their teams, guys. So that means they are very highly connected. Let's say your team is having some bug, right? They are unable to fix it. And these guys are trying to approach, let's say team is trying to approach the architect, and they are helpful in the beginning. But the same at the end of the project, or let's say later, you'll see some kind of disconnections, right? So this is happening. So to overcome this problem, what happened is Patrick has recommended that weightage to the design part has to be eliminated, removed, correct? So that he removed, and whatever the people or activities that are being done in the design, he experimented, the department merged with the plan, and he tried out, right? And the results are good. The results are excellent. How? The results are excellent. So how it is? How these are good? So basically observed that after merging the plan, design department into the plan, he observed that because in plan is the only section which contains a lot of management people, and they are always concerned about the project progress on day-to-day basis. This is what happens. Day-to-day basis, they are concerned what is happening with the project. So similarly, now the architects who are earlier as an independent department, or you can say independent phase, you have merged with the plan. Now architects are became under the provision that they have to bother about their project and its bugs on day-to-day basis. So they are responsible. They are responsible for the drive now. Clear? So projects or the bugs are on day-to-day basis, guys. Clear? This is what happened. So this kind of strategy change, right, from keeping them independent, merging them with the plan, proved to be more effective in managing the project. So they considered experimenting in few projects, and it has proven positively. In the DevOps case, that is the reason the DevOps, what is happening is, so earlier it will look like this. So I'll tell you the flow. See, in Agile, simple, this is a logic. In simple words, in Agile, the teams used to run behind the architects for the fix, any complex fix, any complex issues, right? Now in the DevOps, the story is different. When the issues come up, the architects are running behind their teams and helping out for their fixes. This is a trick that happened with a little slight change in the weightages. They removed the weightage for design part. They merged into the plan. Am I clear on this point? This is the flow that is happening currently, guys. In Agile, independent teams, whoever has some trouble, let's say some bug has come, they used to run behind the architect for an advisor to get that problem fixed. But in the DevOps today, it is reverse. Cinema is reverse. So architectural team daily gets every day on day-to-day basis. They are responsible for their projects. So now they are running behind their teams if they have any concerns and fixing them on priority. So situation has changed. Got it now? Are we clear, guys? Please confirm you guys are dumb or not responding. So I don't know whether you're following me or I have to follow you. See, if you say yes or a no, at least I would know your understanding. If you're not understanding, if you say no, then it is my duty to explain the same stuff in other way. Got it now? Right. Fine. Now let's move on. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay, give me 2 minutes, guys. I need to respond in the chat. Okay. So today some deployments happened. I need to give the status what happened. So 2 minutes, then we'll back to the subject. So what happened here? Mm-hmm. Please consult Suresh and verify for Mana and Walmart. Could be true or false. Suggest. Okay. It looks like default should be the false and only Umana should be true. Okay, please confirm it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So fine. Let me come back to the subject. Okay. So we're done with our the design phase. Now let's move on to the third one. So what is the third one here? What is the third phase, guys, in Agile? It's a code, right? So first is plan, second is design, third is a code. So what concerns you have? First, let's discuss normal, then we'll go back to. In Agile, The demand of this subject was C++, Java, and .NET. Do you agree, guys? So most of the applications that have been developed in Agile era, they predominantly were Java oriented. They used to run behind the Java or .NET or C++. But when you talk about the DevOps here, so what's changed? What changed here, guys? Any changes? So what is the demand today, guys? In today's SDLC process, let's say with whatever it is, DevOps or any model, what is the demanding language in the market for application development? Right? Python. So Python is in demand. So along with other languages are also there, but the most demanding stuff in the DevOps era seems to be the Python. Or it's still Java is in place. We cannot say that Java has gone. So still it is Python, right? And coming to little more information, okay. So in Agile era, one interesting concern what happened is that when Agile born in 2001, when it was progressing into the market, around 2003 was the beginning year of automation tools. See the logic. See, 2003 was the beginning of evolution of automation tools, and 2006 was the evolution of the public cloud. So what happened is the well-established Agile by then, it was not ready to accept all these integrations. So that is one of the thing. So Patrick was advising that to fix some of the concerns in the Agile, we should try out automation techniques and we should try out the cloud. So that is what he was advising. Correct? So that's the reason slight change today is in the Agile oriented projects, most of the projects are non-cloud stuff. Non-cloud, most dominant. So most of the Agile oriented projects are non-cloud oriented. So currently they are also migrating into the cloud. So that is a change that is you can see now. But when you come to the DevOps here itself, right? So all the clouds are, all the your applications are cloud oriented. You getting the difference, guys? You observe the change in the era to era. So in the Agile era, the predominant language demand was Java. But when it comes to the DevOps, the demand was Python. And automation tools evolved, like a lot of tools have evolved in the market, and also cloud got emerged. Agile could not observe properly. So that was one of the concern. So to overcome that, Patrick started advising that we should come out with using some little automations to come with some scaling, or you can say to reduce the cost or to speed up the project, and use case of the cloud to reduce the cost. Getting? So that is what happened. So he started recommending to go ahead with your integration techniques of automation and the cloud in your projects. So that's the reason in Agile we'll see most of the projects are non-cloud oriented, and the DevOps you'll see most of the projects are cloud oriented. Phase wise, no big change, intact. The only difference is hosting became difference. So cloud in today's world, in DevOps era, we mostly develop cloud applications. That's a point. Am I clear on this? Yeah. So keep in mind that there's a change in the method of hosting the applications. Got it? So coming to the cloud again, we have a lot of clouds in the market. Again, the business is different. So we have AWS, we have Azure, we have GCP, right? We have PCF. So you guys know these brands, guys? I don't know whether you guys know or not. So a lot of clouds you'll hear, like AWS. You hear Azure. You will hear GCP. Did you hear something called PCF? Confirm. Did you hear something called PCF? So now PCF is a Dell brand. Okay. So Dell is a major what you can say investor in this type of cloud. PCF full form is Pivotal Cloud Foundry. Okay, 2 to 3 brands together they developed a cloud and they are doing it. That is called PCF. And you also have in the market IBM Bluemix. Bluemix is nothing but IBM Cloud. Okay, so Oracle Cloud is also there, right? A lot of clouds. Okay, there is one cloud from India which is a popular brand, Insta Compute. Did you heard this? So in Indian market, so you have to read the articles on statistics of government that discloses on cloud, guys. In India, it is not AWS or Azure or GCP or Bluemix. Okay, there is a brand called Insta Compute in India, which has almost like 40% market share in Indian market. Can you tell me who is the promoter of Insta Compute? Reliance is also going to come in the cloud also, guys. So Insta Compute is one brand. So find the answer and tell me. Yeah. So Insta Compute belongs to TCS actually. Okay. TCS. Insta Compute is one of the brand holded by TCS. So TCS in Indian community is one of the biggest investor here. Got it? So that's good to know. Now, most of your cloud applications are currently in the DevOps era are being hosted on AWS. That's the reason the people are running behind AWS. That's the only reason, guys. Most of your applications are on AWS because of cost analysis and lot of dynamics, lot of services, and user friendly, available in a lot of regions across the world. So all other metrics make the AWS great. Next in line is Azure. Okay, good guys. Fine. Now moving on to the next phase is build. Sorry, here. So coming to the agile, we see that we saw that plan, we saw the design, we saw the code. Next phase is test. But when you come to the DevOps, they written plan, they said code, then immediately they said build. You saw the difference? Then after the build, they said test. So that means in DevOps, a new phase has come up, build in between the code and the test, which was not there in Agile. You got it? So in Agile, build is present, but the point is weightage as a phase was not given. But coming to the DevOps, the build itself got updated to a capacity of a phase, separate phase. And build is the highly automated phase in entire DevOps. Most of your jobs are coming from here only. Your CI/CD stuff. The main strategy of the DevOps is CI/CD. So that CI/CD objective is fulfilled by build phase, entirely automated. And this is one of the greatest job generators in the DevOps era, guys. So in the DevOps, if you're going, most of the jobs are available in the build phase only. The tools that you learn in the build phase help you to crack the job super easy. So that we'll discuss tomorrow, why they had, what was a gap that is coming between. So what was the concern? So between the code and test, what went wrong and why these guys have to create the build phase. Okay, that we'll understand tomorrow. We'll try to continue in the tomorrow's class, guys. So any questions for me now? We'll stop it here for the day. So any questions for me? So have you understood the class today? Okay, so first I want to take the questions from voice. Sorry, let's take it from chat. DevOps spaces, yeah, will come one after the other in the next class. So we are trying to continue now. So we are trying to compare it to do a comparative studies, right? So plan is there, here also plan is there. There design is there, here design is gone. Got your answer, Anjana? So we are trying to do a comparative study, then all together we'll jump into the DevOps. So always comparing helps you to understand more better. So morning batch, guys, this is a night batch, which is from 8:45 to 9:45. Sometimes it can go up to the 10. Okay, but today I'm little busy because some releases works are going on. So my team is working on. That's the reason we are ending up the class quick. Okay, 10 minutes early. That's the only difference. I'm a bit busy. And yeah, what is the question? So is there any? Yeah. So tool wise, we'll do the projects. Okay. So already I disclosed in the syllabus. Tool wise, we'll talk about the projects. Got it? Then next, coding skills are not required, Arjun. Not required. But if you already have, we are welcome. And if you're talking about the morning batch, guys, morning batch is going to start on 27th of mine, 27th of December, 7:30 a.m. So 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Okay. So that's a point. So any question, any more questions? What is the difference between agile and what is this? Yeah, that will come, Anjana, because once we're done with the discussion on agile and DevOps together, then the next last topic is comparison between the agile and the DevOps. That will do. Right. So one more batch is there that runs from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. in the morning, but that's already the classes are in the middle. So almost tomorrow we have to start the chef in that class. So that's already running, Anjana. Who is this? Okay. So already in the middle. So in the middle, I guess you will not understand. So that's the thing. So try to attend the class from the beginning, so it will be good. Okay. So any more questions, guys? So syllabus you want? Okay. The reasons will be a lot, man. See, what happens is once the project is developed architectural wise, they don't require the architects a lot. They don't require. They will lay off. That is a common pattern in IT sector. See, when they're hiring, they wantedly give more package, let's say 40 lakh or 35 lakhs per architects. Wantedly they'll give. And once the work with them is over, so they will show some cause and they will try to remove. This is a very well-known fact in IT case. So they'll keep overperforming architects in the team, and they will try to remove underperforming candidates from the team. So again, when you're working in your profiles case, so company will analyze your performance. Underperforming architects are removed, overperforming candidates are kept. So that is common. So initially you'll get good package. That's okay as an architect. But when the work is there, they'll use you a lot. When the work is, let's say, not required, they'll show the cause of performance and they'll try to remove. Okay. So tomorrow is the last, I guess. Tomorrow is the last, I guess. They will remove the what I am talking. So they'll change the link. They will change the link, guys. So please complete your registrations and everything. Got it? So tomorrow is the last date for demo, and then link will change. So please follow up with your admin and get your processings done. Okay. Anyone wants to talk over the voice? Please raise your hands. So Shravya, yes, there are some students who have got the jobs as freshers. Okay. So in the month of November, we had 2 freshers who got the jobs as a fresher only. So one lady was still in the final year of semester of MCA. So that girl got the job in final year semester. She already joined. Okay, so let's take the question from Kirti. Kirti, please unmute and talk. You're there? Okay. Then Amit, please unmute and talk.
Yeah, good evening, Vikram.
Good evening. Yeah.
Yeah. Vikram, actually, I have one query. Like, if anyone working as a data engineer, so their DevOps is a worthful for better growth.
Come again, your question.
If anyone like working as a data engineer and
Data
right
engineer.
now
You're
is
talking about
a
database or
yes,
data engineer?
data engineer.
Okay, data
Like,
engineer.
yeah. So is there a DevOps? Is it worthful or not for better growth like that? Because right
So,
now he is in a bench.
so you're
Hmm.
talking about data engineer. My the question is, what tools is working with the data engineer? What technology? I mean, that
High PySpark.
Spark. Okay. So I recommend you. The best suggestion is to go for cloud course.
Go for cloud codes. Okay.
Yeah, because
Cloud like
lot of
AWS.
often, yeah, AWS or Azure, right? Because
Okay.
for
Okay.
data scientists or data analysts, or they have a lot of scope because
Hmm.
they do minimum activities with the DevOps. They are not concerned too much connected with the DevOps at all, right?
Okay. Okay.
So connection with the
Okay.
DevOps is little less for those guys. The profile that
Okay.
you're talking. So better to go with
Mhm.
the cloud courses like AWS or Azure. They will
Mhm.
have huge connection. I mean to say subject wise and also the career wise also.
Mhm. Okay, understood. And one more thing, if I just want to talk with you personally, so how could I connect with you personally?
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
was
So what's your email
confused.
ID?
My mail ID is Baghela BAGHELAA
Okay.
at the
Could
rate
you
gmail.com.
yeah, go ahead and send me your email ID in the chat. So I'll try to
Yeah,
approach you. Okay.
one second.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, please.
So next, let's talk to Naik. Okay. Yeah, Naik, please unmute and talk.
Yeah,
May I
right.
know the link to download the Linux software?
Huh? Why Linux your
Lin-
requirement?
Because Linux is a prerequisite for this course, right?
For Linux is a prerequisite and Linux
Yeah,
classes
yeah.
will happen. So
Okay.
Imran, the another trainer, will teach you the Linux right from basics, and he will provide you the information. But technically, if you want the Linux software to be downloaded like CentOS, you can get from CentOS website like this. Go to the CentOS website and try to download. Okay, if you want VMware,
Okay.
correct, go to the VMware site and get it down. This is what they usually download.
Because
Yeah.
I
So
shared
that's the only
my
question.
mail
Yeah, I
ID.
got your Gmail ID.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions, guys? Okay. So let's talk to who is this? Hamid. Please talk to me.
Yes, yes.
Hamid Shashul. I guess your full name is Hamid Shashul. Okay. Fine. So that's all for the day, guys. We'll stop it here and we'll try to continue tomorrow as usual, guys. Chalo. See you. Bye bye. So don't be missed. So tomorrow again we have class and again we go through our session and we take the sessions questions always. All right. Fine. Chalo. See you guys. Bye bye.